Good. And I forgot to hit mute. Welcome, everybody, to the Slab Lounge, hosted by the three Kwamis, Doug Medhen, Kevin Bradley, and, of course, Robert Haywood. Today's Slab Lounge is brought to you by Horizon Chase Turbo. I wish, because Horizon Chase Turbo is actually a very good game. And, Robert, you're on mute. I'm going to click on Ask to unmute again. Forgive Robert, for he is currently... Well, I'm not going to say what's going on because, I still respect some form of privacy stuff as opposed to, Facebook and the government and, I don't even know if TikTok's still going to be around in the States. Anyway, one thing...
Oh, I was muted because someone came in my room and I had to talk to him.
One thing I wanted to bring up, guys, I know you are going to accuse me of heresy. I will wholeheartedly eat that because... I still choose Popeyes over KFC, but when I was Grubhubbing this past week, I was just like, man, I'm in the mood for some KFC for some reason. I look at Grubhub, the Double Down came back, and I'm just so like...
Oh yeah, I saw that thing exists.
Okay, so you're doubling down on this Double Down thing.
Like I said, I will eat that, man, because, like... The Double Down is so delicious.
It's like you want the future face of diabetes. Here it is.
Well, for the record, because like
the pure embodiment.
For the record, though, like, because like when I was telling this to Robert on the way when we were going to the Christmas party, because I do have like a fictional chicken fast food joint called Cluck Your Mother, and I will say this on camera, I don't mind that, because like Cluck Your Mother Chicken has this thing called the Old Town Chicken the Kaka Chicken Sandwich. I forget the name. I gotta like relook at that. Anyway, so it's just like the hook is like, we take 2 good old fashioned expired pieces of bacon, put in some lettuce, tomato, pickles, onions, and I do mean only 1 slice of cheese, and we then sandwich it between 2 perfectly hand-breaded deep-fried chicken patties. Then we take all that deep-fried again just to get that southern country taste. And the rest is history, because I'm not going to reveal what the rest of the commercial's about.
I'll be like, you're doing the 1 slice of cheese. Like, what are we? Are we still in the Subway model?
No, yeah, because I was like, I don't know why, but when I was thinking about this commercial, I was writing it in my head. I was like, wouldn't it be great if the person was just like really cheap and said only 1 slice of cheese? So I'm just all like, that just for some reason that just fits in there.
He's out there slicing. He's out there slicing cheese. He's out there not slicing like whole blocks of cheese. He's out there trying to slice Kraft singles to try to make those into a double. He's like,
poor soul.
That's what we're doing. That's how we save a butt. And he's like, in this economy, we gotta save and pinch everything. He's like, besides, it's not about the cheese. It's about the clucking chicken. It's saying you're clucking mine, cluckers.
Well, here's what inspired the whole...
That's what you call the people who come and buy it, you cluckers. Come on down, you cluckers.
That I don't mind saying, but, like, here's what inspired the whole Cluck Your Mother chicken thing, right? Because I never knew about, like, Nihilist Arby's, the Twitter handle, Nihilist Arby's, and when I was reading that, I'm like, oh my god, I have to incorporate that. Wait.
Oh my god. Okay, because it's like, Arby's is like, we're gonna make that same mistake that Arby's made with that Meat Mountain sandwich. Like, what the fuck was that about?
Oh my god, don't even get me started with the Meat Mountain. You know, some people think the Meat Mountain's actually, like, it doesn't look disgusting. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Their intestines are dead, I'm assuming.
Well, out of context, it sounds like you're talking about some porn award or some porn star. Like, I'm gonna go down and get a Meat Mountain. Right?
Right? No, he's absolutely... No, Robert's
I mean, he's not wrong, but
like, come back, because Arby's catchphrase is, we have the meat. Seriously, without any context.
Yeah, just meat.
Just meat. And then if you showed up to the Arby's, what is this? Look, a bunch of guys with their dongs out. Like, we have the meats. What part of that phrasing, you understand? And then the person
Did you
turns
not
to a coworker,
understand meats?
right? And like, he turns to the coworker, he's like, "You understood the message?" He's like, "Yeah, we have the meats, i.e., we have dongs out, right? Right?" And everyone's just agreeing.
Well, well, here's where the nihilist Arby's parts kick in. For those who don't know what nihilist Arby's is, it's a Twitter handle that Arby's really should endorse. But it like has like something like it always has like this morbid saying, like it would say like, life is nothing but a struggle and then you die. Eat Arby's. So the way I incorporated it,
Yeah.
so the way I incorporated it into Mother Clucker, because it was originally called Mother Clucker before I came across a restaurant that's literally called Mother Clucker in Cali. Anyway, so the way I incorporated it into Cluck Your Mother was like, take that chicken sandwich bit that I was just telling you, because like they do like show off like customer testimonials. So they're just all like, if you're not convinced, then listen to these customer testimonials before they inevitably die.
It's true. The heart will clog eventually.
Yeah.
It only takes so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, it's like if you're a smoker, if you're a drinker, you're already clucked. Just come on down anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Like your livers and stuff's already clucked. Most of us probably have cancer. You're clucked. If you're from East Palestine, you're definitely clucked for generations.
Wow.
If Red Bull give you wings, we'll take care of that for you.
It's like we might not have Southern food, but we got some Norfolk out here clucking you up.
Clucking you up. Oh
yeah,
my
and
goodness.
that's the shot. That's Norfolk Southern.
Dude,
Boom.
you want to know what's really clucked up? I heard like Subway is opening like its own version of McDonald's Play Place while you can recharge your electric car.
Okay, you can't do that if you have a Jared Fogle as your spokesperson at any time in your history. All people who have their hands up with a Jared Fogle spokesperson in history cannot open a place for kids. They clearly can't get their spokespeople right for this.
There is no plan.
They're not. They did. I don't know if you watched that documentary where they had it on the ID channel where they had the monster, where they had the Jared Fogel's assistant or whatever who exposed him. Everything. It was such a scathing fucking documentary, like horrible. No. So bad, and they're still out there, and he's still out there being like, still looking good, but that's what he said to the kids.
Oh.
It's like that one.
It hits so hard.
It does. It really does. Oh my god. Oh, jeez and crackers.
I couldn't even say. I was just like, I have no words. I got nothing.
Well, I mean,
like,
technically speaking, if I really wanted to push it, like he probably texted some kid saying, "I'll show you my foot long," and it's not even half that.
Right? And no, he's out there paying $5. He's out there. That's what he's the definition of that sexual tourism. He's out there paying $5 in Thailand.
Ew.
He's still the only place we can still get that deal.
You know, it would be very disgusting if like, let's say he gets out of prison and he starts an OnlyFans account. You know, people are just gonna flock to it.
No, they're gonna flock to it just like people were flocking to the O.J. Simpson tweet. When I saw O.J. Simpson tweet about after that whole Alex Murdoch thing, and he got found guilty, he's like, I don't know, people were asking me what I thought about the Alex Murdoch thing. I don't know why they're asking me. Bro, stop it. That's just like your book where it's like, if I did do it, this is how. Stop it.
Yeah,
Just
right.
Stop it.
Stop talking, OJ.
Stop it.
Oh, good lord! Why is OJ like? Juice my head.
He's still out there. He has like 80,000 followers. He has like a shit ton of followers, and he's still out here making these videos, like incriminating himself.
Dude, it's not just that. Like, I'm instantaneously reminded of Chappelle's show during the OJ Simpson skit. He's just like, after the first time he beat my sister, we whooped his ass. We got real orange juice with that nigga. Oh, Chappelle. Oh my goodness.
But that would be funny because that's almost as, you know what they should do? They should get that John Schreider guy from the old Papa John's together with Jared Fogle and OJ Simpson. put him on
Oh
tour.
god.
Oh God, no. Well,
Put him
like,
on the It Wasn't Me tour. I don't understand why everyone's asking me these questions.
You wanted Doom Patrol. There you go.
There we go. Doom from the start. But you know who make the most money out of that? Their PR teams. Their PR teams just like ka-ching. But they'll be working the hardest, though. The hardest motherfucking working people in the galaxy.
Oh no. Pop John, old John's PR team's more probably pulling what's remaining of their hair out. It's like,
Right.
please don't. Please.
They're
For the
just like,
love of
oh,
God.
God. And they're just like, I guess we're happy we got Shaq and Peyton Manning, but man, they're
He is.
control freak.
didn't Peyton just bite a big bullet with in the wallet because wait, was it him that was invested in FTX?
Dude, there's so many people who were dumb enough to be that. But
I'm trying to think if it was Pate. Yeah, I think it was.
it'll make sense it was Peyton. That's probably why he did that Peyton Places. No, he's been doing that beforehand, but still.
I'm sorry, did you
Oh, yeah,
just
well,
say
we knew
Peyton
that.
Places? Wow. Okay, I don't know why, but I just love the idea. Peyton Places. That's
The best thing was like best skating review I heard was from Babani Jones, who first was telling people about this funny money. Then after FTX came down, he made fun of that commercial with Steph Curry when he's saying, I don't know a thing about FTX crypto, but I don't need to. And he's like, well, someone has to do, Steph. Damn, that's why you guys are in this place. Because you got here telling people, I don't have to be an expert in this shit. Well, someone has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Somebody gotta
everyone's
do
out
it.
here telling you this shit. And the only funny thing was Larry from Curb Enthusiasm was like, I'm not sure this is going to work.
Wow. Oh my goodness. The weird. I don't like investing in cryptocurrency. Number one, you can't say it's untraceable because the FBI literally made arrests on people that were doing crypto scams. Two, when I saw the founder of FTX, like Bankman-Fried or whatever the fuck, I'm like,
That doesn't help.
Yeah, no.
No, he looked like the Boston terrorist. He looked like the Boston running terrorist. I'm just straight up saying it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, he's this young guy. I was like, hey, he's definitely up to some shit. Like, there's no way this guy was on the head of shit.
Like, bro, you shady. You super shady.
No, honestly, if I would have walked in the room, it's like he was trying to be like that guy from Silicon Valley, like TJ something,
TJ
or
Miller?
JT Hooker or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, like if you got a presentation from this guy, even despite how smart he sounded, would you trust him to run the company? No.
No.
You'd be like, you could be the brains, but you're not the guy behind like the money shit. No.
I don't trust him with my coffee order.
Exactly. It just looks like that nephew that's gonna be like, oh, sorry, like, my bad, I got you soy latte. Like, I don't fucking want a soy latte.
Like, you go drink this soy latte.
Yeah, exactly. So like, definitely should have not gotten better of them. And then once all these celebrities started getting on there, and they did that whole, you know what doomed them? When they bought the naming rights for the arena in Miami. Miami was always shady. Florida's shady. You should have already had antennas up.
Well,
They're prepared for the shadiness.
Super shady. And you got the corrupt mayor out there. Like, I'm gonna get Miami coin. That shit's worth only 0.9 cents of what it was originally. It just took all them for a ride.
mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
like,
these crypto bros are like, yeah, buy this shit. You know where they at? They're stuck with the SVB shit because they're all this fucking greedy. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're just adding extra money, and that's why their bank failed, and that's why the CEO sold all their shit right before it failed, and they want a bailout. Shady as shit.
mm-hmm. Speaking of, what the hell is going on with Silicon Valley? Did anybody like read into that?
Yeah, they basically Peter Dial, who's is really George Soros, but you know, projections.
Mm-hmm.
And he decided to pull all his money out and tell all his other close buddies to do it too. And then so the CEO and all the CFOs started selling their stocks short. So then they had all these short securities that they had to sell, but they couldn't raise the funds because all these people were starting to make bank runs. So now they were operating at a loss and they couldn't cover anything. So basically, the FDIC said enough of this shit after 48 hours,
Oh
took
wow.
it down, froze everyone out. Was like tomorrow, if you're assured of the 250,000, you can get it. But only 9% of all their fucking shit was under 250,000. So yeah, so now they're scrambling to get either a buyout or someone to buy the bank. But of course, they won't let like Wells Fargo or Chase or Bank of America buy it because that'll be too big. So yeah, basically greedy motherfuckers fucking around and finding out.
Oh
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
sounds about right.
So I was like, I was wondering because like in my news feeds, all like the Biden administration will not bail out Silicon Valley. I'm like, okay, I don't. Yeah, I mean, like,
No, because you need to stop bailing out these people because it was clear that they started a fake cloud run by a couple people. The CEO and CFOs, they sold their shares the day before and gave their employees bonuses, which is kind of fucked up, and then left everyone else in the lurch. And it's finding out like apparently like Roku had like 50% of their shit in there that's uninsured. They had about Etsy. A lot of Etsy uses their business through there, so all the people who still do Etsy's are basically fucked right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh Jesus,
and the rich get richer and the poor get fucked.
good lord, that fucking sucks.
Yeah,
I was just all like, okay, because I had no stake in that race whatsoever. Why in God's name would I be living in Silicon? If I was living in Silicon Valley, I would do everything to keep my money. I do not want to like get greedy, because if I could live in Silicon Valley comfortably, you know, you made it if that's the case. Like hell, when I was working at Goodwill before I gave it up, I found out like I had this one. I was like, oh, like she saw my Lemon Grove badge. She's all like, "Oh, you're a teacher." I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh, so you have two jobs too?" I'm like, "Oh, what do you do?" "Oh, yeah, I'm a lecturer at SDSU." I'm like, "What? How much money do you make?" She's like, "I make a lot, but I still can't afford to live here." I'm like, "The fuck?"
Still struggling for life.
well, it's just the thing is like, yeah, it's hard, but it also depends on your preferences. People say it all the time, but it's like, well, what kind of preference do you want? Do you live in like a richer neighborhood? Have you tried to live in a cheaper neighborhood? What kind of lifestyle are you trying to keep up? Because some of these people are like, I can afford it, but it's more so they got to a certain lifestyle, and then the market with all the rises in rent and stuff started going up, and they don't want to give up that lifestyle.
Well, keep in mind, like you heard about the huge exodus people are taking from like Cali and specifically what L.A., New York, and I think San Diego's feeling a pinch. San Fran's been getting hit hard with a lot of people moving out because it's just too expensive for them.
Well, they've been outpricing all the time. That's why I don't feel bad for the SVBs. Like maybe if you guys lower his shit, and I'm saying like these raising the interest rates aren't helping. What you need to do is raise wages across the board for everyone so they spend more instead of everyone being afraid of them saving. Like, yeah, people are living paycheck to paycheck. So what do? Make the paychecks bigger so people can spend more.
Well, yeah,
more
but
stuff on there. But, you know, everyone doesn't want to do that because they feel like, no, you got to live off your bootstrap and let's get these cheap laborers here. But we don't want cheap laborers here because we want to build a fence, but we also don't want to pay you.
Jesus, yeah.
It's like, so what do you want? So what do you want? So we want machines. Machines are going to take over. Skynet. That's what we want. It's like we want to cut corners so we can just derail trains. How the hell do you have 3 trail derailments in like less than a month, bro? Like it looking like Amtrak out here.
Oh my god, like that
Amtrak out here.
report that came out, that report
They
that
had
came
another
out.
derailment on the day the CEO went to go testify in Congress. That looks bad.
Yeah.
Good lord, when that report came out, I was just like, fucking really, dude, what in the fuck?
And you see how much billions they got, and I said they only gonna pay 6.5 million. It's like, nah, you need to switch that to a B, bro. He made like 37 billion in the last year in profits or something like that. Like, yeah, like I'm only gonna pay you like 1% of what we made, and it's like, yeah, you guys could be contaminated all this shit. Drinking water's fine after 2 weeks. Yeah, guys, like, come on, man.
No, fuck that noise.
Like you saw that cloud, like, yeah, it's fine, bro. Like just drink the water. Oh, that fish. Oh, let's forget about that. It committed suicide. It wasn't us.
Dude,
Fish commit suicide?
well, what that one dolphin did in SeaWorld.
It's not a dolphin. It was a whale. black whale, right?
You know what? I'll take your word for it. I'll just say you're right because it's been so long since I read that article and I long forgot my
Dolphins are rapists and they have like a really good PR team. Like Flipper really fucked up a whole generation of making them seem like they're really fun. And they're out there like that French Beach closed for a week because those black dolphins kept raping them, and not being black as being racist, they were just designated as black dolphins.
Yeah, I know. But hey,
yeah.
Oh God, I was gonna make a fucked up joke, but I can't. That because I don't like making rape jokes. Anyway, but
badly.
Yeah, but that's just me. Anyway,
I mean, all of them are assholes. Orcas are assholes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're cool assholes, but they're still assholes none the same. Like, I think they're all in the porpoise family, and they're called the porpoise family because they do it on purpose. Purposely assholes. That's our new show. Purposely assholes. There's asshole dolphins and whales. Ooh, I did have that one show called Orcas.
Wait, porcas?
They were like, orcas. They were like whales who are like, well, these whales are out here that's how they get these sperm whales out here. They're out here catching these sperms. They're orcas. They're like the oldest prostitutes out here. Orcas.
Yeah, it's
the
like
four mixed orcas.
Yeah, it's like, it's like I don't know why I don't know why I'm trying to make this connection because it makes no fucking sense, but I'll do it anyway. It's like that one movie. It's like that one Godfrey Ho movie that we were watching where she was doing a bad job at being blind, or is it just being like they're doing a good job of being your friend, but in reality, they're just gonna fuck you.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna fuck you. That's what I'm saying. Like you could do like orcas, you could be like purpose assholes on purpose. And let's have.
Mm-hmm.
So many options.
There are
there's many options you could do with that.
Yeah, would you like
liability only? The thing is like their purpose is to get you wet, not them. They're already wet.
Good Lord, we gotta change.
Or
this.
it's like we're about to blow your hole. We're gonna blow your hole so you can be like us with blowholes.
We gotta change this goddamn topic. Oh my goodness. Okay. I got a good topic change. Well, I mean, good for you guys because you're gonna point and laugh at me. So, Attack on Titan, final season part 3. Attack on Titan's final season, part 3, is only going to consist of 3 specials. The first special came out on the 3rd.
They got to this point. I hate this.
Oh no, you're going to point and laugh at me, and I'm like, yes, okay, my Attack on Titan fix. Good. So I'm looking for the second special. I'm like, when's it going to be released? It won't be released until fall of this year. I'm like, guys! The first special is only an hour long.
Broken.
Why in God's name do I have to wait 6 plus months?
Because that's what they fucking do when they get to this stage when it's kind of like we gotta end this. Oh God, now we're just doing some OVAs. They fucking take this shit and take it so long to release the OVAs. Let's release all the OVAs at once. Stop milking this shit. Or give a movie that finishes it, like one thing that everyone can be happy about. Not like, hey, let's get some OVAs, because when they do the OVAs, you risk that they only do like 2 out of the 3. They just forget about the 3rd because they'll be like, oh, it's not doing so well. Probably because you took so long between the first 2. Like,
a lot like what they did with the.
I hate OVAs so much because they just fuck you over. Because especially the OVAs that are the standalone OVAs. And they try to get you into something, and it's like, okay, this has really good potential. Why the fuck didn't you make this a series? Like, nah, you just want to do these 3 OVAs and then force you to go to the light novel, not the manga, the light novel.
Yeah, I've been drug into many a light novel.
Yeah, it's a scam, man. It's a scam, man.
They're just, yeah, but like I'm the abused spouse. I'm just being like, well, he'll come home. He'll come home. Well, she'll come home. So, she'll come home today. She'll come home today. Then she comes home, and I'm just like happy. And then I wake up after sleeping with her. She's long gone without even a Dear John note. And then I'm just gonna be waiting again for her to come home. And
You're that naive person that believes their father when they say, "I'm going out to the store for cigarettes. I'll be back."
yeah, exactly.
It's like, no, he's not.
Oh God. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. Oh my Jesus, cheese and crackers.
Why is it always going out for cigarettes? No, I think the worst one is like I'm going out for a milk. Who the fuck goes out just for 1 gallon of milk, right?
Right? Oh my God! Like it's not even just that. Like
Yeah.
God, I hate going out to the grocery store in general. If I were that lazy, like if I could, I would just drive to the grocery store rather than get up, go across the street to Ralph's, and then pick up what I need to pick up, and then just which is weird because apparently like
I am so lazy. I think this pandemic, because I was able to justify my laziness now. Now I just order shit from Amazon shopping, then let's get that shit delivered to my door, man.
I was actually
I get it, I shop it, and at work, I come home, it's right there. Fuck it. I don't need to go and meet these other people, crazy people, especially out these people out here shooting everything out here. Like, one of these days. But the only problem is I'm setting myself up to get killed because this is the exact scenario where I don't usually go out anymore to go shopping. And at one time I go out shopping, of course I'm going to get taken hostage or there's going to be a shooting because that's how that shit goes.
You know what's really weird? Like, although one of the reasons is online shopping. There's a study that found like more like what was it? Around like 43% of like 18 to 24-year-olds and like I want to say 52% of 24 to 40-year-old guys are saying they're lonely. I'm not saying it's pathetic.
Yeah, I'm
not saying it's pathetic. I'm not saying it's pathetic and by
no,
any
it's totally
means.
pathetic. It's that from an objective standpoint. I understand it. I just don't give a fuck.
Some people
because
are citing.
It's like,
some people
I'm super
are literally
comfortable.
citing like because of like the rise in online stuff. Like I was going a few weeks ago. I actually did go to the bar, and I'm like, like there was like on a fucking Friday night, midnight, downtown Gaslamp, San Diego. Fucking almost no one was at the bars that I usually frequent, and they're always packed. I mean, hell, Tin Roof was a fucking dead zone. I'm like, what? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Captain, I'm pretty sure you've never been to the Tin Roof, because you were in when you were in Cali.
Palm Springs.
Yeah, you were in Palm Springs. You were nowhere near my end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the only one who probably like Robert would probably know it, like that's if you go to the gas lamp that often, and I know you don't.
Nah, I don't like crowds that much. Most people annoy the shit out of me.
Okay. And the thing
But
is,
like, I'm willing to go sometimes. Like, I'm willing to go with you like downtown. Probably not on busy like New Year's Eve again. But on other occasions, yeah, I'd be willing to do that. Go Uber, Lyft. It was fun last time. I mean, of course, now like I have like this huge, about 4 to 6 week recovery, but afterwards, yeah.
okay. Well, that kind of sucks because my birthday's coming up.
Well, my birthday's coming up too, and I'm gonna still be recovering, so you don't see me complaining.
Well, my birthday's on the 12th, and one way I was gonna celebrate it.
Today's the 12th.
Huh?
Today's
April
the
12th.
Well, my birthday's the 6th of April, so I'm before you, bitch. What?
Okay.
Yeah. 6 days older. That's not how the cake works.
Well, that means I gotta like come to you and do stuff. And I'd laugh because I said cub. Anyway, before I could, yeah, that was a Family Guy joke. I gotta give him. That was when Family Guy was good. Yo,
Yo, but yeah, no, if I'm better, we could do something for your birthday and just backdate something for my birthday.
Yeah,
Like go out, we could do whatever. I just
yeah,
have to see how all this recovery happens. Is day by day.
hey, well, I'm down to clown.
Yeah, yeah. But it'd be nice. April birthdays, there's a couple out there, some Aries out there, firing it up, Fire Nation.
Hell yeah. Oh my goodness. But one thing I'm gonna do on my birthday, oh, I can't believe I'm gonna watch the fucking Mario movie.
Are you gonna go on your birthday and watch it, or are you gonna watch it before your birthday, or what time? What day does the Mario movie comes out?
The 7th, no, either the 7th or the 6th of April.
Huh? Yeah, it's my birthday. Yeah, it comes out on my birthday. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Horrible.
so, like,
I get fired. I get fired Donkey Kong on my birthday.
I watched the final trailer and I'm just all like, why am I excited? Why am I a kid? Why are you invoking my kidliness, Nintendo?
Right? It's honestly, it's like everything else was like okay, watch this stuff, but then it's like I hear Chris Pratt's voice as Mario, and all I can hear is Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's it. It's almost like all you can hear is Will Smith in Will Smith movies.
Yeah, like that. Yes.
That's all you hear. It's just Will Smith. Like you hear Will Smith in anything is like, well, what movie? Then it's like, well, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Just he's in this movie.
I can't even say, well, Will Smith earned a street credit. Like, no, he really hasn't. I mean, like, Will Smith just sounds like Will Smith. Oh, yeah, Doug? Well, Samuel Jackson sounds like Samuel Jackson. What's your point? Well, Sam Jackson, he brings the energy.
he brings the energy. He has a different energy. It's like, there's nothing wrong selling yourself, but he brings energy. Samuel Jackson totally brings his own personal energy that fits with his roles.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, Samuel Jackson being Samuel Jackson, that's fine, because he found roles that requires a Samuel Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Will Smith that's doing roles, and then he's now forcing himself to be Will Smith.
Hey.
But he's like trying to not be Will Smith, but he still ends up being Will Smith. Samuel Jackson embraces himself.
Hey, keep Will Smith's name out your fucking mouth. Slap.
Yeah, let's talk about the Oscars tonight. It's all bringing that back. I did not watch the Chris Rock special. I heard stuff. I saw the last bit he did about the slap. I guess it was okay.
It was acknowledged.
That's something I wholeheartedly intend to make fun of. Like I'll like you'll just hear it in the like in Insane Heroes radio, whereas like the super villain, you never get to find this villain. The villain's name is like the Party Crasher, and like so like the first thing like the Party Crasher did was like interrupt the Grammys, like the Kanye West interruption. It's all like, Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish. But I just want to say your song's great. Now I'm gonna go to that saxophone. No, that's trombone player and fart in his face. Then all you hear is like, then.
Oh God!
You mean KG?
Then you hear about the Isaiah. He makes fun of, like I'll make fun of the Isaiah Wallace tackle.
Yeah.
It's about some guy,
Wait,
but like instead of
was that the tennis player? Was that the tennis player that got tackled outside of New York?
no, that was the Chappelle.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. When he was just making
really
fun, when he was just doing his comedy bit, but I'm gonna like have it so toned down, like the comedian is all like, "Okay, so this is why the chicken crossed the road to get to the other side." Everybody's laughing, but then you'll hear like someone just, "Ah!" That's a cool sound. And then the Smith slap is just all. It's just all like, and now. But instead of like slapping the comedian, it's just he slaps a priest because he's like, and now I pronounce you two husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Comes up, slap.
Slap. That'd be funny if you did a slap. It's like I'm not sure it'd be funny if it's like a fast slap out of nowhere, or where people in the background could see the guy slowly pick it up. What was it like? That one South Park episode when they were making fun of High School Musical, And that guy's like, I slap it, I slap it, slap it, ooh, I slap you all.
No, it's gonna be like
like,
they'll hear him coming up like slowly on the stage, like onto the altar and just slapping the priest.
Slapping everyone. See, well, they just go on a slap tour. Going out there, next thing you know, it's a montage. They're out here slapping a doctor after he slaps a baby.
Well,
To like hear it scream, just slap. Keep that baby name out your mouth.
Here's the thing. Here's the good bit, and I don't care if I'm not gonna like this will be in the final build because Insane Heroes has 7 missions, all of which are broken up into 2 acts. I'm still creating the missions themselves, so if you want, your slap tour thing can be a thing.
Slap tour.
Yeah, the slap tour.
That'll be a fun mini game if you're adding mini game. Slap random.
Tour 2020.
Right, just go out there and slap random people. Here's the mission. You got to go slap this important person.
Well, remember
Bonus
how I was
points for
telling you
slapping
about
other
like
people.
the Agatha Christie thing where you have to finger the murderer or whatever the hell?
Yeah.
That minigame has to be tossed out because like the game itself had to be developed from the ground up again, so timeline wise. And in terms of the slap tour, I don't see why it can't be a minigame because I was already thinking about putting a minigame in for the demo anyway. So, So what we
That'd be cool. Like if you got that translucent big hand, like they have like in Mario games or other games, where you can kind of see the hand, but it's translucent and it's like slap harder, it's model slap, and then you got different ones you can do. Unlock different types of special feature slaps by beating the game over and over again. You get the pimp hand backhand slap.
Pimp hand backhand slap. You
get that power slap where they do the wind up in that power slap game that's really retarded, but you can't stop watching.
Oh, is that still around?
Yeah, the power slap. Yeah, people love that shit. I don't know why, but people love that shit, and I watch it sometimes when it's on because I don't know. It's kind of it's provocative. But it's
I don't know
stupid.
why people love that shit, but I watch it.
Yes, exactly. The most American thing ever.
Well, I mean, like you can basically say the same thing about the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's just like I don't know why it's being made, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what happens to your life. It's just.
Hey, but I did not say that for most of these DC movies. I didn't ever say I want to watch Shazam 1 or 2.
No, I'm still good.
Yeah, did you see Shazam 2?
Nope, I'm not watching it. Like I still have some people telling me to watch the Snyder Cut. I'm like, never gonna happen. Never gonna. I am never
watching that Snyder Cut. The first time I watched it was enough, like watching Justice League and that disaster and shit, and watching Ezra Miller still being that piece of shit, and now they're making him be the cornerstone of the reboot for the world. And the only reason I will watch the Flash movie is not for Ezra Miller, it's for Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's gonna be in it.
That's the only goddamn reason. Michael Keaton has earned our respect over his years of acting. Rarely misses.
I'm just saying, I'm still not gonna watch. Well, I can respect someone like watching. That's like saying I'm gonna play that stupid Suicide Squad video game out of respect for Kevin Conroy because that was literally his last performance before he died. But I'm still not gonna do it.
Probably not. We're probably not gonna go in theaters. I'll probably just wait for HBO Max. I don't really do theaters anymore either. I used to at my old place. I used to live next to UCC Mall, and I could walk to the movie theater. It was 5 minutes away, and bring my own alcohol.
You see, Robert, you're contributing to the same reason why so many men are lonely.
What? Because I can't bring my own alcohol?
No, because you're just gonna stay indoors. I'm so lonely. I'm gonna have to resort to online dating. Ew! Like I still can't bring myself to do online dating. In all honesty,
I do. It's desperate people. Desperate people meeting other desperate people, and that's really my wheelhouse.
Yeah, but at the very least, fuck online dating.
Soon everything's gonna be online. It's gonna be virtual reality. But everyone's gonna have Teslas that does auto drive you to online dates.
Well, yeah, no, the Tesla's just gonna drive you straight off a cliff because Teslas are known to kill people.
it does not approve of your date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's fine because I don't have to worry about that awkward rejection call.
Yeah. Well,
Sure.
yeah.
Tesla, Elon Musk, making awkward rejections easier for people. You don't like rejection? Buy Twitter. You don't like being rejected on a date? Buy a Tesla. We'll take care of you.
Yeah, right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and like, you know what's weird though? Like, I keep one of the things is because the more I do research into that serious animation harmony, the sci-fi bit, the more weirded out that I am of like what's going on. Like one of the things, for instance, Robert, you were like, "Oh, AI, Skynet," and I'm like, and that's one of the things I was researching, like how AI is AI or whatever. And they're just all like, "Yeah, no, AI won't be able to take over the planet because there's just way too much other stuff that goes on with the planet." Where if human race were to die out right now and AI would take over, AI itself would die out because of these reasons. And I'm just all like, huh, really?
I would think the more plausible reason is that AI is smart enough to realize how fucked we already left the planet in, and they don't want their fingerprints on this Amtrak.
On this Amtrak.
Or this Norfolk Southern track. That we can use either or. They're interchangeable now.
Well, to be fair, you're not exactly wrong.
No, sadly.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, it's true, and I'm like, wow, like some of the things that, for instance, one of the things I actually found out was like, I think it was like the mid '90s or early 2000s. The Air Force made a gun that shoots lightning, but the thing is, they made it by accident. They were not trying to do a gun that shoots lightning, and I'm just like, really? There are now like, you know how in Cyberpunk 2077, like the smart guns exist, like the bullets will change their trajectory mid-flight or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. You can program it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's it's 100% a thing now. Like, the Navy developed a smart sniper round that once targeted, the sniper round will change its trajectory with, like, what was it? While only losing, what was it? Like, less than a tenth of its stopping power. And I'm just all like, what the fuck? You can actually shoot, that thing can actually turn at a right angle while still maintaining its velocity? How? I'm like, where is it?
They're programmable. They have the programmable bullets now. They have all this shit. I know a lot of people were watching that Wanted movie with Angelina Jolie, and it's like, cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like that. Speaking of, man,
Thank you
for reminding me of Wanted, because I saw her ass, and my God, does Angelina Jolie have a fucking great ass? I mean, that ass is just...
had a great
I would mount that for days.
So you're saying that what's his name made a good choice for dumping Jennifer Aniston for Angelina Jolie?
Oh, Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Well,
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, objectively speaking, first of all, like, what was her name again? Jesus, Aniston, right? Jennifer Aniston. She has been documented. Good. She is a documented fucking diva bitch. Like, it's just hands down. Like a lot of the cast won't work with her because she can be that much of a bitch. And I don't.
In all the Friends episodes, she made it so she had didn't wear a bra and had her nipples hardened, so because people kept saying that she had fake boobs. That's why you always saw nipple shots with her in Friends.
That's one thing. I mean, like that I'll get behind. I mean, like, you know, you just want to quell those stupid conspiracy theory rumors. Fine, whatever. I'll get behind that. But behind the scenes, though, like, I kept hearing, like, cast members just do not like working with her, like, at all, because she's just that much of a diva. It's kind of like working with J-Lo. No one wants to do it.
Oh, no, I'm going to be working with, what's her name? The girl from Knocked Up. And the Great Anatomy.
Her, yeah. Yeah, no, Seth Rogen got pissed at her.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like Heidi something.
Katie Heigl, I think?
Yeah, Katie Heigl, yeah.
Yeah.
Notorious bitch.
Mm-hmm.
They should all team up. They should all team up and make a movie together. See how the director and the team likes that, and then people should write. The production assistant should write a book about working on that set with them.
I mean, like, hell, you know the old saying, though, like, never meet your idol? Because, like, Kevin Smith's idol was always Bruce Willis, and then he made that movie with Bruce Willis, and he can't...
Yeah. Poor soul.
Yeah, no, like, because Bruce Willis, he is an asshole. But hey, at the very least, Father Time fucked him up because now he's got dementia.
Well, yeah.
Well, I thought he always had it, and that's why he did so many movies during the time period he had.
Oh no, that's why you need to make money so that you can take care of the dementia. It's
yeah, exactly.
Because there was the ever since Surrogates was the movie.
Mm-hmm. Where
then he just started exploding into every B movie like he was trying to take over Steven Seagal's role. Like he literally, that's exactly what happened. Because Surrogates hit and it was bleh. Mm-hmm. It wasn't great, wasn't terrible, it was just bleh.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, he was never really in a big production again. And then every time you saw him, it was like, hey, did you know this straight-to-DVD movie has Bruce Willis's face on it? Watch movie. Bruce Willis showed up for 10 minutes.
Yep.
And you're like, I feel like I was Seagal.
He didn't have the temperament. He didn't have the temperament to be like, I'm just gonna go off and do these Lifetime holiday movies, like Vivica Fox secretly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he's too bald. You have to have hair to be in those movies. If you're bald, you've got to be the villain or the person doing the eventual assault that will happen in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
And that doesn't really sell that much for the holiday. And like, oh, I went home, and somehow every time a girl goes home to their hometown, they fall in love with some ex guy or some old love for flame. Like, I'm just like, so why all these women on the dating sites? It's clear that you just have to go back to your old small hometown and you'll find a guy, right?
I mean, that's what the movies are about. Every hometown has that one previous person that you dated that you will always eventually be like, yeah, I'm about you now.
Yeah, somehow I managed to get a job down here that pays well, but you stayed here in this job because you couldn't get out. Because this makes sense.
Yeah.
But I hated this hometown. Everything about it crushed my spirit. But you're here now, even though you've been here. I'll move.
They should have gotten the. They should have gotten the just. At least with Justified, they had a what's his face? Tim Oliphant's character, Raylan Givens, was sent to Kentucky basically as punishment.
Yeah, see, that makes sense. If you got punted back home and you found love, but you didn't intend to be there, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you're like, I returned back and saw the people I saw before, hey, I had interactions with you before. Let's do it again.
Right? Or it's like, I just never noticed you before. You were just always a friend to me. Now, because you're only somehow the hottest, decent guy in this town.
Yeah.
Now that I've dated everybody else here and outside the city, let me return and give them another shot.
Yes.
Yes. That brings up a point. I heard on a podcast. They were talking about Forrest Gump. Do you believe that Jenny only slept with Forrest after she got AIDS? Or she slept with him because he finally wore her down?
No, it was the AIDS.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was literally, she was like, I don't have anybody else that's going to care about me now when I have this, and he's still here.
He's like, it's all right, Jenny. I'll take care of our AIDS, baby.
God.
I mean,
you actually sound like
it's
Tom
terrible
Hanks.
It's terrible to think of it that way, but that's really how her character was structured, because otherwise, there would have been bigger hints of, oh, well, I might be with him, and then shit just happened. No, shit happened, and then he didn't leave, so she was like, okay.
Right? It's like, you watch me get get trained by a whole Black Panther party, and you still didn't leave. That's what I call love, Forrest. I know, Jenny.
I heard they were gonna do a sequel to Forrest Gump, but it was like,
Yep, they were gonna do a sequel. They had the Twin Towers in it.
Yeah,
They shot it before the Twin Towers went down.
It was kind of an issue.
well,
Yeah, you could see how they would have had that scene in there. I think someone made fun of it, like, I don't know how hard it is to take a terrorist attack. Why don't you take a plane into those two towers? They seem pretty open, guys. And one of the little freaky stories they do in Forrest Gump.
You know, I think they should. I think we should think about like just Gump 2,
Doing
Gump
sequels
harder.
and stuff.
Yeah, no, like he's like in the ghetto.
Well, of course, we're like ghetto, Gen A. We ran out of health assistance because of the AIDS, Gen A.
Like,
My Jenny's been dead for 10 years. The AIDS got her. She couldn't outrun him like I did.
Oh my gosh.
Her braces didn't fall off like mine did.
Or like, or he's playing, or like, Gump's kid is like a Call of Duty addict, and he starts like using all the language that COD players use, and like Gump is just all like, well, if you can use it, then I can too, and he starts saying that stupid shit, and if he says it in the ghetto and gets his ass stumped, I would love it. I would love it forever. Oh my jeez and crackers! Oh my god! Like Gump 2, Gump harder. Or God, imagine Forrest Gump like getting into a scandal because his sex tape came out.
When he's giving him a gump job.
Oh.
In the forest. That's
Oh
what
my
his gump
God,
job's
like-
in the forest.
I can totally see a Gump job right
It's
now.
called, his
You're-
porn
you're-
tape's called Forrest Gump Job.
Yeah, the Forrest Gump job. You're having sex with someone while pulling out chocolates from a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna
I
get.
thought the chocolate's more. I meant more of an anal thing. That's it.
Not while I'm inhaling my cigarette. God damn you, Robert.
And then he died.
Oh wow. Jeez, that's amazing. Oh my goodness, that got me. That really fucking got me. Oh, that, you know, I wish we could spread that as a meme or like put that in the Urban Dictionary. You know, and I think I will, like after I'm done rendering the videos and stuff like that, I'll just go on Urban Dictionary and submit one like Gump job for approval. Yeah. Good lord. But you know, but seeing as how I brought up movie, like, so Nicolas Cage is gonna be a vampire now?
Again. Well, a real one. Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
He was also
that's
that-
why I'm like, he was one, sorta.
And he was that wizard with that Apprentice movie, right?
Which
I
one?
don't know.
I
That
think
I
it
don't
was like
know.
The Apprentice or whatever. He was like, looks like a crappy Chris Angel magician in like New York or some shit.
Like I said, that one I don't know. That's unknown territory for me.
Yeah,
It sounds familiar. I'm just trying to place the name.
I think it was like 10 years ago or whatever, but like he took on Apprentice and it was like he's like a wizard.
Oh, the Magician's Apprentice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and he looked like the crappy Chris Angel street magician out here.
Yeah. It was.
It's
I
slightly
was
in
expecting
development,
more from it because I was expecting crazy Nick Cage, and it was dialed back Nick Cage.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
I was expecting like ridiculous spells or him just doing like dumb stuff, and it's just like, oh no, I gotta chase that kid. Oh no.
well, I went from like last night I watched Con Air and I'm just like, how do you go from this to making Bangkok dangerous and done in 60 seconds?
Well, that's like asking, like, that's like, look at John Travolta's career, dude. Like, it's the same.
But to be fair, for Nick Cage, it is variously different because then you look at other works. Because you look at like Gone in 60 Seconds and then compare that to something like fucking Mandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two movies are nowhere near the same spectrum.
That's
no,
true.
Like I really feel like he was just taking movies like without reading the script. He's just like, okay, I'll do it.
Well,
Like,
because
do I get to wear a wife beater at some point? yes, okay.
A friend of mine's really into acting stuff, so basically what it turns out to is usually whenever he's taking on a script, yeah, they just have to do what he wants. If he's going to improv, you're just stuck with it. You don't have a choice. He's going to do what he does, and you're just going to be like, all right, that's the scene. So, because even with Vampire's Kiss, a lot of that was ad-libbing, and they were just like, all right, that's what we're doing. So,
wow. I mean, like,
so a lot of times when he's picking what he's going to do, the movie will become that if he decides this works better.
That's really weird to think about, considering how he was in, like, Lord of War, and Lord of War was fucking brilliant.
But that's the same thing, is it's him taking on the characters how he thinks they should be.
Right, look at
So
that.
he gets his character, and then he decides how it is. But the script and the lines don't necessarily dictate how he's going to be when he's acting.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know how Nick Cage landed Ghost Rider. He's Ghost Rider.
I feel like he just
I think they wanted Keanu. I think they wanted Keanu Reeves, and Keanu Reeves is like hard pass.
I feel like it was just for fun. You're like, hey, you want to be one of them heroes that's out there? And you're like, yeah. It's like, here, be a skull.
That actually does bring up a valid point, though. Because, like, some people are saying, oh, Marvel's done, Phase 4 is shit, and I'm just all like, you do know, like, Marvel doesn't have a perfect track record. What, did you forget Ghost Rider existed? Or hell, like,
Whoa.
yeah, I don't know how Ghost Rider got a sequel, but it did, and, like, Lord knows it was just...
Oh, yes, that accursed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Nick Rider
it made the first one actually look decent.
And then let's not forget Hulk had his own movie, Planet Hulk. When the hell was the last time Hulk had another movie?
Hulk had like 3 fucking movies, man.
Okay, like either you see my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, over here, Spider-Woman can't even get a fucking 30-minute cameo properly.
See, my thing is that they're like, okay, Phase 4 sucks. It's like, okay, but you like the other 3 phases. It's like, what else do you have? You got the disaster at DC, so I mean, they haven't got anything right. Like, I'm sure Marvel will right the ship. Like,
I'm just kind of like, what were you expecting? It's the same as with shows and series. The longer you drag things out, they're gonna get. I don't care what show, no matter how amazing the writing is. Usually at a certain point, usually somewhere around season 5 or 6, you're usually like, this ain't hitting the same. This isn't the same thing.
There's only a few things that were said. I think like Supernatural somehow managed to squeak out like so many fucking seasons.
To be fair with them, they revamped most of the story too, because originally it's just like, okay, Dean and Sam going to look for the demon, and then it's like, okay, so now one's a demon, and then there's an angel, and now God showed up. So
yeah.
I was actually gonna ask.
You do get kind of invested when you get to that point.
Yeah, but I mean, they managed to at least stay longer, better than how Walking Dead did. They dragged out way too long. They spanned too many shows from it.
Well, that's their fault. They should have killed the characters they were supposed to kill.
Yeah.
You're trying to drag it for favorites, and although that can work maybe for like an episode or 2, but when the original story you're working off of had this person dead, their personality can't suddenly be interjected into the situation. Because, like, if you had a peppy character who's supposed to die in, like, episode 3, and they're still there in episode 7, if there was supposed to be some foreboding feeling going on leading up to 7, how would you have it if peppy character's still there because everybody loves him?
Right. The only way that would work is if, like, you're making a peppy character slowly become cynical. But if he's still peppy after 7,
then he's not going to be a fan favorite anymore.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That
would have been a greater writing term, but yeah, you lose the audience for that character. That's the problem.
You tend to just have to decide what you're going to make your sacrifices for because you think you can bring them back with something else. If there's something you really want to hammer in, you just need the counterpoint to get it. You want this person to be evil? Cool. Make them evil. But give them a good reason that they're evil. Don't just be like, ha, I betrayed you because I've been here the whole time. Like, no.
Right. Yeah.
No, give a reason.
Right. It's just, hey, I'm here. I'm just betraying you. Yeah, like Zeus is mocking us. Like, yeah, we just need this guy to turn. We don't have a reason. Fuck it. Let's just do it. They won't care.
even with Deus Ex Machinas, you can throw one in to fix a problem, but you need to pick the reasonable thing to use it on. Something that clearly nobody else could solve, and it was mentioned at some point that it existed. You can't just be like, by the way, I have the miracle sword that heals all damage and cleaves dimensions asunder, but I haven't used it the whole quest.
Or
like, you can't do that.
Or like in that movie Contact, where they spent all this time building that station, and then one guy sabotaged it, and all of a sudden the Japanese like, we built this other station on the other side of the world that no one knew about.
Yeah, it's like, no, someone would have fucking known. Someone would have saw a signal. Someone would have said something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the billions of dollars that went to go for that. Like, no one knew about it. Oh, okay.
You're not... Like, I could understand if your base was in fucking Antarctica. Okay. Nobody looks down there 90% of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but not in Japan. Like, you were just there last week, man. Like,
yeah. I'm like, you're going to tell me the location where everybody is wholeheartedly waiting for the first Gundam to eventually be created, because it will.
Yeah.
And you think they're not going to notice a sudden new station somewhere?
Yeah, you saw those Gundams they got out there to make that Gundam land. I'm like, yeah, we're getting close there. The Japanese know something. The Japanese know something.
They already have functioning models effectively, so they just have to figure out the pilot part. That's
where we got those air balloons coming out. Those are those Zaku drops.
Zaku drops. That just
sounds... Yeah, they're preparing for the Zaku drops. That's what those balloons are for.
I get it, but like, I get it, but like, my God, does it sound like Zaku drop sounds like you're pooping in the toilet. Like, you just hear the plunk, and they're like, "Yep, Zaku drop."
Zaku drop.
Mm-hmm.
Drop a Zak.
Oh, that's sad.
But let me ask, Ant-Man 3 was supposed to kick off Phase 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, Quantumanium, but people hate it because people hate the CGI. They got too CGI with all the metaverse.
Well, but it's understandable why, because it's kind of hard to go to the Quantumverse and be like, we'll build it. That's more budget than they probably thought it was going to be.
Well, honestly, I think it'd probably been better if they did that instead of making a movie. They turn it into a series like Loki did.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. The big change was happening was like movies were going to be big critical events, and everything else that was just like stuff going on was going to be series. That's what it seemed like it was heading to. Like, if you were just doing adventures, they'd get a series. But if it was like, oh, other heroes might be involved, then it'd be like, okay, well, break out the movie. Like,
that'd be great. One arc.
Yeah, look, I was just gonna say, look, I mean, like, personally, I don't care if the MCU lives or dies, but I don't think you should judge the entire phase just by one shit movie, because Ant-Man has always been a shit character.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want Ant-Man. Look, I'm not saying nothing against Paul Rudd. Nothing against Paul Rudd. From what I hear, he kills it as Ant-Man, and I've seen Paul Rudd in tons of shit, and he always kills it. And like, look at what he did with Anchorman, for God's sake. But like, if you're just gonna, you're gonna be like, oh man, Ant-Man 4 sucked. Ant-Man was never a good character to begin with. Who the fuck?
Ant-Man was basically what it was. How to put it? Because it was meant to be more comical, even though it had action, regardless. Because even when you look at the first movie, you can look at which actors were picked and be like, yeah, we wanted you for your comical chops, too. Not just, oh, you're going to be an amazing actor, and you're going to get this role. It's like, no.
I mean, hell, they didn't even, it was Ultron wasn't evil Jarvis. In the comics, Hank Pym made it! Like, Ant-Man made Ultron, and then Ultron zapped Ant-Man's memory for reasons I forget.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's just...
But I get it for simplification purposes why they were just like, yeah, Tony did it.
That's the thing. It's like, if you're all dependent on Ant-Man to be the carrier of this shit, that was your problem. That was your problem for expecting Ant-Man was going to carry the shit. He wasn't.
That was your judgments.
Yeah. That was a bad judgment on your part, man.
Do we even know what, like, Phase 4 is going to consist of? Like, what's the whole, like, what do they see at the end of that tunnel?
No, they'll probably. I think they're going to talk about it this summer or whatever. But they're
That's
still.
why I was like, everybody being all judgy when they don't even know what's coming.
Well,
they
I mean, I can be
Hey,
I can be as judgmental as I want. I can't. I'm not into comic book movies anymore. And the only comic book movies, again, the only comic book movies I'm gonna look forward to are this: X-Men tackling the M-Cron Crystal and the Shi'ar nonsense, and then the X-Men tackling the Phalanx. Those are the only two things that I have any interest in. Because the X-Men had I mean, if the X-Men tackle the Brood, cool, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Not with Disney. Not with Disney say so, because the Brood are just. The Brood.
Yeah. I know where you're going with it. It's...
Yeah. Disney has to, because Disney's dealing with a lot of fucking shit. They're still dealing with Iger coming back and doing all that other stuff. So they got to focus on the stuff that's selling. And that's Marvel and their live sports on the ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean...
There's rumors that they're going to sell Hulu off to, try to offset some of the debt. Their dire money problems, but I'm like, dude,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense if they sold Hulu. I still don't understand why. Well, no, actually, you guys, both of you told me why, because of they still have contractual obligations and shit. So
well, they have contractual. Also, they wanted to bundle it with the ESPN Plus because they know about the streaming game, and they wanted to get ESPN Plus way more streaming. Because they want more sports rights, but a lot of people wanted to buy ESPN at the price, ESPN Plus at that price, so you get Hulu too. So it's like, hey guys, you can watch sports. Hey girls, you can force the guys to watch dumbass shit on Hulu. Like,
it's for everyone.
Exactly, that's what they like. They make the Disney parks. That's what their whole business park is like. Let's include everyone, so we can get money from everyone.
You know, what's really weird is I read oh man, we're coming close to time, and I don't know if I want to extend this or not, because I don't think we have enough time for that HBO special. What do you guys think? You want to do one more? Oh, you want to do one more bit?
What HBO special?
No, I'm just saying, because we're coming close to time, so it's like, do you want to end it now, or do you want to extend it a little more?
I don't know. What are we gonna talk about?
I was just gonna bring up the study of people are watching more TV now than streaming. Well, streaming still holds the majority, but by very slim. I'm just like, what? In fact, people are watching oldies like Golden Girls. Millennials are watching Golden Girls, for God's sake.
I watch Golden Girls all the time. That's my jam. That's my ringtone.
Okay, let's.
That's your ringtone.
Yo.
Yeah, Golden Girls is jam.
Yeah, it's so weird. The numbers go like this when I was looking at the numbers. Currently, people watching TV versus streaming, I think it's 34%, 34 point something percent of people are watching watching TV, but 35.8 still stream nonstop. Then you'll have and by streaming, I mean just the giants, Netflix, Disney Plus, etc., etc. The other categories Twitch, YouTube, that's in its own. That fills up the rest essentially, like miscellaneous or what have you. And I'm just all like, what are they watching? Okay, they're watching Golden Girls, they're watching Friends, Seinfeld. Very few people are like How I Met Your Mother took a dip, and I'm like,
yeah, I heard Friends grew at a new resurgence.
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
What in God's name? Why?
Because they show it. And I don't know. There's something about watching stuff you already know about. Like, for me, I don't know. There's not a lot of good shows I want to watch on the streaming sites. And, there might be, one or two that comes out. People are like, you should watch this. But, it doesn't justify the price because, I don't really want to watch other stuff on there. I could probably scroll around. But, yeah,
well,
I mean,
because it boils down to you know what you like about the previous show. And then going in here at this new show that, the wording of it, you don't know if you're going to like it, you don't know these actors. You're just
yeah. Well, that's in its own argument with giving things a chance, right? You'll waste time. I personally can, attest to this much. I watched, all of season 1, yeah, I think it's all of season 1, of Hammer and Bolter, Warhammer Plus's thing. And granted, there are one or two good episodes. The rest is garbage. I can honestly say I wasted time. Angels of Death was okay.
I mean, I don't remember any of the characters' names, but the action scenes were good. I like the Space Marines. I mean, like, the Blood Angels actually show off the Black Rage, so I'm like, cool, but it's still the Blood Angels. I wish it had, like, Ultramarines or Space Wolves, but I'll fuck with this, considering how they gave me Tyranids. But, like, other than that, there was, like, really nothing good. But then on the flip side of things, you know, giving things a chance is why I'm still arguably a Ruby fan, even though Season 9 is shit right now. Oh,
pushing your limits.
It is really pushing my limits. They're trying to get back to OG Ruby, how it was like kind of mostly comedy instead of just all dark, but at the same time, so like they're like trapped in this fairy tale thing, nonsense world, whatever, and it's
okay.
And it's so stupid.
I mean, I figured that's what it was heading to anyway when the series, like the series overall when it first started, the way they kept throwing the impressions, I thought it was going to go into like some fairy tale lore with the Grimm and all that. So I'm not surprised eventually it's dipping a toe in, but it's a little late.
And trust me, dude, like
it would have worked in the beginning.
Like, if you watch it now, if you watch Volume 9 right now, you're just gonna be like, dude, this is fucking stupid. So, but at the same time, you'll just go back to your comfort zones. Like, if I see it on, like, on TBS or whatever, I'll watch Married with Children, like, again, because Married with Children is fucking hilarious, yeah. But, like, it's so weird to see, like, you know, the resurgence of, like, those oldies, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. People, like, I'll still say stuff like, oh, you're an aspiring comedian. Watch Chappelle's Show, watch Honeymooners, and you'll be fine, because those are required to watch.
Yeah. I still watch King of Queens. It comes on. So good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching it, and then they have these marathons on with these channels, like WeTV. I just watch Law and Order marathons and Criminal Mind marathons, like, all the time.
USA loves doing SVU marathons, like except for Richard.
Oh yeah,
the Richard Belzer marathon.
The
Richard Belzer marathon, I'll accept. I'll agree to Richard Belzer marathon because you know he's done like redonkulously. Richard Belzer did redonkulously good work. Rest in power. But like they'll just have like, oh, here's a Stabler marathon because it's Stabler. Just like, come on, guys.
It's like when
you need some Stabler in your life.
Yeah, that's why he came back to Law and Order. But the thing is, like, when you have so many seasons, you can do that. You can have all the marathons. You have like 20 plus seasons, and they got it on different channels, like USA. Like, I'm watching Law and Order SVU right now on USA, but there's nothing else on. But on Ion Channel, they have it on. They got the newer episodes. Like I said, WeTV does Law and Order and Criminal Mind marathons, and then I'll Twist to Sundance that also does Criminal Minds and Law and Order marathon. I'm actually watching Law and Order and Criminal Minds 5 days of the week.
Well, I tried watching Criminal Minds just out of, like, you know, just to see what it was all about. And it looks like they're doing an overarching story for the first season. With the first season, I don't know, because I stopped watching it after the first episode.
Oh, no, yeah, they do it. They do different seasons. They have overarching ones with, like, a secret villain or some villain at the end that they have to get. Like, they have, like, the Replicator, who ended up being Mark Hamill at the end of the season 8. So now you find out like he's the Replicator and like other ones and stuff. So they have that stuff. The thing is, for those kind of ones, you really just gotta have to be like, I'm sitting in for this marathon. I'm doing other shit. Like, I'll be watching anime or playing video games while also through the marathon too. So that's also a bonus when it's stuff you know. You can multitask.
Yeah, all right.
You know, you gotta have to pay attention to it, right? A little more.
True that. But like, I don't know, it's just with anime in general, I have the only animes that I'm looking forward to right now. Again, like, I did try to get back into Jujutsu Kaisen, but like, Attack on Titan was the one thing that I was really holding out for, and then they're like, oh yeah, Special 2's coming out in the fall.
No.
So I'm just like,
why don't you watch How to Pick Up a Girl in a Dungeon?
Isn't that fantasy though? At least I thought it was fantasy.
It's fantasy.
Yeah.
It's kind of dark. Right now they're like in the 4th season. I'm watching it. It's pretty good because it's just consistent. It's going on, and like to season 3 to season 4, it's so consistent. Like at the end of season 3, they fall down, and season 4 picks up right there. It's not like, hey, happy endings at the end of the season too.
Okay.
Actually, they're all connected. It's all connected. All of them. Also, like you can watch Hero Academy. They're like season 6. Oh, hold up, someone's here.
Okay. Well, wait, Hero Academy. Why does that name sound so familiar? I think someone was telling me to watch that. Wasn't Hero Academy about like
With the guy who had no quirk and it had All Might, and his All Might's used is like states of the United States, like Detroit Smash and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's My Hero Academia. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
there's a separate thing called Hero Academy specifically.
No, it's My Hero Academy. It's just called like
Yeah.
Boku Academy or something like that.
I think I was being told to watch something like that. I might look into that. I'll kick ass anime it and see what the dealio is. Because I did try to get back into Chainsaw Man, and that did not happen. That did not happen. Not because the animation style is terrible. Well, though I still don't know why people are want the animation studio change. I still don't understand what the hell that's about. But honestly, it just did not hold my attention. Granted, I think it's because the demon that was following the main character around, like, you don't see him as much anymore, and it was really adorable. And I'm like, oh, you're a puppy. I love you.
Oh, you mean the Pochita?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because he gave up his heart. So
Yeah,
he gave up
his
perverted
heart.
dream.
Yeah, no, I get
So
that.
he
But
gave
like,
up his perverted dream.
I know, I get that. I was just hoping, like, I'd see more because he was cute. Don't get me wrong, Power's awesome,
liked
but
it.
like,
It just got really dark. I liked it. It's just that the first season is like 12 episodes, and it's just like kind of felt like weird, anticlimactic. Like after they faced the katana user, the katana demon.
okay. I mean, like, I'll
I
try.
watched the second season, but it did take me a while to get into it. Like something like the first 3 or 4 episodes, and I had to binge it until I was kind of into Chainsaw Man because everyone kept saying how good it was, and I was like, okay.
I mean, if that's the case, I mean, I'll try. I'll probably just watch the fights, have no context, and if the fights are good, then I'll just be like, okay, I just won't take the story seriously. I'll just watch it from there. In all honesty, because like no, in all honesty, it's true because like it's just because. If the fights, because I did like the fight scene in the fight scenes that I watched in Chainsaw Man the first season. Now, if you're saying that if the fight scenes are good, then I'll just be like, oh, okay, I'll just watch it for the action scenes. I'm not gonna give a damn about like if the characters are compelling, I wouldn't know. Like I said, Chainsaw Man just did not hold my attention. So, take from that what you will. Still,
I would say you should look at. Well, it depends. Like, how do you want your anime? Do you want like a super long one? I say if you watch How to Pick a Girl in a Dungeon, you got like 4 seasons. You can watch there, but that one is also a slow burn though. Like it doesn't really get good until Bell starts to believe in himself more and faces like the Minotaur in the first season, which is like 6 or 7 episodes in.
I don't. I mean, because like if it's a slow burn, it's not the end of the world. I mean, like that's how. It's kind of like how Naruto started, and same goes with Berserk. The only difference between Naruto and Berserk is that with the Berserk anime, I can kind of understand why the Berserk anime skipped a ton of arcs, like the elf one, where like one of the girls was just turning other children into elves or something like that because she was like a demon apostle or something like that. But like the reason why they skipped that arc was arguably because that arc was kind of filler. I mean, it really had no bearing on the main plot overall, except when Puck was all like, yeah, no, that's not a real elf. That's literally it.
Meh.
Yeah, sometimes they make creative decisions not to cut certain fillers or arcs and not put it in.
Well, yeah, like I
And
said.
then other times they're just like, we're gonna fucking put an arc in here. We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, or like we're gonna do like Roll Trigger. What the fuck was that about?
You want to know
Yeah.
something? Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, man, I don't know.
I saw bits and pieces of the Vash Stampede trailer, like Trigun Stampede trailer, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck did they do to my Vash?
Well, so I said it's not a remake; it's a whole different telling. You don't treat it like the other ones there because they don't fully allude to, like, because officially, I've looked at it and I've seen what other people said, and it does make sense the way it works. Because the thing they're not telling you at the beginning of the story is this isn't the exact same timeline. This is the timeline before the incident happened. The incident that changed his life has not happened yet.
Yeah. Even still, like
no, because the character you're familiar with as your Vash is post.
Oh no!
When you're introduced, it's after everything, so he's gonna probably go through a change.
Oh no! But, I get what you're saying. I do. I really do. The problem is, like, I don't like prequels because you know what's gonna happen in the end.
Exactly. That's why I don't like prequels, and I don't like historical movies. Like, the Amelia Earhart movies, like, why the fuck am I sit you 2 hours to know that this bitch gets lost?
Yeah, well, there's some exceptions to this rule. Better Call Saul. Because, like, Better Call Saul actually shows what happens after the events of Breaking Bad. Like, you see what happens to Saul Goodman. And I'm like, oh, okay. This I can fuck with. I won't watch any of the prequels. I'll just watch the everything post. In fact, the last episode of the series
really like a prequel. It was more like a parallel track. And it started before the events, went through the events, and continued after the events.
Yeah, like you'll see like some episodes, like you'll see like how like one of the things Saul says at the end of Breaking Bad is he'll be lucky if he's managing a Cinnabon. And then in Better Call Saul, you see him doing exactly that. Someone recognizes him, and then Saul calls someone up to basically have that person taken care of. The last episode of Better Call Saul was dedicated to what happened, like, he gets caught, he's going, he literally, like, how he's on the run, how he gets caught, etc., and what happens afterward. And I'm like, you know what? I like that. I will give you that. I like that. Half-Life Alyx did the same thing. I'm like, wait, I don't want to play Half-Life 2, but with Alyx. But no, there's actually, there's, like, I think around the 3/4 point, even though, like, I watched it because I don't have VR. They were like, yeah, no, you're going to be fucking around with established like events that happened after her dad's death. I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'll give you that, Valve. Okay. Yeah, so like for the most part, if it's prequels, like no, like the reason why I learned, like, you can attribute like my cynicism towards prequels thanks to the prequel trilogy from Star Wars. When I watched the prequel trilogy, I'm like, when I was a teenager growing up, and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I watching this when I already know the Empire's gonna lose? The fuck am I wasting my time here for?
They just want to show how Anakin turned that dark, but like, I feel like for those kind of stuff, you don't need to do prequels. You just have to do flashbacks at the appropriate time in the show. Just don't drag it out. Like, sometimes they drag out long ass shit. Like, if you ever watch Boombo Stray Dogs, they do prequels or flashbacks really good. They'll do like an episode or two, show you the backstory of how stuff got there.
Technically, one whole season is I think it's the second or third movie is basically like everything Donzai did before he joined them, which is still a lot of shit in the whole adventure.
But you got to learn about his friend that had that gift of the perfect ability, which was great.
Yeah,
and you got to learn how the special division works, and some of the other stuff. So it was kind of necessary.
Yeah. Well, it made more sense because when they introduced him, you know, you go through most of the whole first season, you don't even realize he was from the other side. You're just like, he's weird, but everybody seems to be afraid of him, even though he's trying to kill himself like every 2 seconds.
Right.
But, and then by season 2, you're like, oh, I've seen what he did in the past. I understand why everybody's fucking intimidated.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like, why all these other guys is obsessed with him and everything. You get to learn a lot. And, like, right now they're still doing some good prequels and shit like that. Like, I got to learn just recently how the lady who works for them, who's the Lady of Death, how she became the Lady of Death. And that was a creepy episode.
The Lady of Death. Was it the one, the medic?
Nurse, the medic who thou shalt not die.
Because the only way she can heal is if she dices you up completely, because she has to be it has to be destroyed for her to fix it.
Yeah, and like a recent episode, they had her. She was a young kid, when 12 years old, with a Japan military force out there, and she was forced to keep bringing back this unit under the orders of the current boss of Port Mafia, who wasn't there at the time, who wasn't the boss yet, and they kept bringing back these soldiers, and these soldiers hated her so much because he brought her back over 1,000 times to go get killed over and over and over again, and that's why she left Port Mafia and with the armed detective agency. Like, I didn't know that story, but it's so fucked up. But see, that does a good prequel flashback.
Because they do good stories about each individual character's backstory. Because, I mean, the main character, his whole arc is his story. So everybody else, there's so many other ones, you have to give them, like, sections.
And then they did one with Edgar Rampo, how he first became the detective agency, how he got his glasses, all this stuff. The reason why they made the thing, it all make fucking sense. But you know what? They only used a couple episodes for that, and that wouldn't even be a movie. That'd have been like 2 episodes, and that's how it should be. Not make a whole prequel series of 24 fucking episodes with all these extra characters that you would never see again.
But the budget.
Well, you know what prequel I will watch if they ever tackle it, and I mean if they ever tackle it, probably won't. Cowboy Bebop. Because, like I said, and I still stand by this opinion.
Like when Spike was in the organization, and
it's not just Spike in the organization. How did Spike and Jet meet? Who brought Spike back from the dead? What happened in the Titan Wars? How the hell did that even begin? What was the Earth explosion thing about? Like, was it a terrorist?
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that's just dropped in lore-wise through the series, and then you keep moving because you're following characters. So the lore doesn't get explained because they know it, but you don't.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's just no Cowboy Bebop has no context whatsoever. I get it. You want to have self-contained episodes, with the exception of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, arguably 6, 7, arguably 7 episodes. All the other episodes are self-contained. You know, you know Faye's past. You kind of know Ed's past, kind of. Oh no, I take that back. 8, because Ein is a character. But like everything, you kind of know Jet. You kind of know Spike. 9. 9 episodes.
Well,
you basically get glimpses enough to get an idea of how their personality works, but not enough to be like, so why are they here?
Yeah, why did Jet get the... What made Jet get the Bebop? What the fuck was... What was he... What kind of organized crime was he trying to tackle? Was it Spike's old organization? I guess. Oh, wait, no, it isn't, because the...
Well, no, the episode Black Dog, you found out that Spike was a cop, and then that... Because of that Black Dog...
Yeah, what's his face was dirty, yeah. That's how he got his arm. But, like, the problem is, like... Okay, is the arm the most is the arm the one characteristic that you get for Jet? No, because you see him like taking care of his bonsai trees, so he obviously has some history in gardening, or at the very least he finds it like zen. And even then, why did he get the Bebop? Why did he become a bounty hunter in the first place? Why? What? And even then, you're not even sure if he dies or not, because if Jet dies in the end, because he straight up says he's like in the last. Before Spike goes on his death run, like, Jet basically brings up a situation that was a story that was similar to how he got his leg shot, and how there was nothing that can be done, and he was essentially going to bleed out. So I'm just all like, so what? Did Jet die at the end too? And I don't understand why everybody's so sad, because you can pay to just bring them back to life. Why are they sad?
Is like, well, if you saw the movie Knocking on Heaven's Door, he almost died then too, and then that Indian shaman brought him back. So, like, maybe that's the same guy.
And see how long has Indian shaman just been chilling out there?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
There's just a lot of stuff that Cowboy. This is why I don't like it when people say Cowboy Bebop has a great story. It doesn't. Like, you just if you watch it because of the action, the humor, well, some of the humor. But
it has a compelling story. It draws you in. But it doesn't answer everything. It's enough to make you be like, ooh, yeah, I'm willing to rewatch that to see if I missed something. Or if I didn't understand something that was said. And then you do keep rewatching it, and you do get little things, but then over time you're still like, hey, they never talked about this.
Yeah.
This was never brought up.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, don't get me wrong. All respect to Studio Gedeon, rest in power. Because, like, after Cowboy Bebop, they did its own thing. Wolf's Rain, Samurai Champloo.
Wolf's Rain was sad as shit.
Wait, what?
Wolf's Rain was sad as fuck.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You have Samurai Champloo, you have that one shitty Chorus series. But, like, overall, like, their record...
The wonderfully philosophical Ergo Proxy.
Yeah. Yeah, Ergo Prophecy. I mean, Ergo Prophecy, I'll admit, was not bad. I liked it. I kind of liked it. Wait, Ergo Prophecy had the one where the AI robots just start going nuts or whatever the fuck? When
yeah, because they gained sentience, but then you had the one guy who was I'm trying to remember what they were called.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Because some are called proxies, but he is not officially the proxy.
Mm-hmm.
Because the story later explains it all out. And it's a long story, and it tells a good way of getting to that story, but there's a lot of times where you're just like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like, I loved when the robots just went nuts and tried to, because like Lily was putting more of a priority on him than the bot, and the bot was just all like, I hate you, Lily, I hate you so much. Oh, I love you, Lily, Lily Maya, Lila.
Oh, bot.
Yeah, and I'm just,
he had
I love
a tough
that death
job
scene.
Anyway, having to tolerate her.
Yeah, no, I was like, I legit liked that death scene. That was a good death scene. I was just all like, wow, Ergo Proxy is, ugh. I fucked with Ergo.
It went under the radar for so long, but it's just mainly because unless you do sit through the whole thing, you don't get the story.
Mm-hmm.
Everything does not link together unless you get to the last episode. If you turn around and go, I feel like this is filler, and you skip one just because it seems casual, no, that probably had all the plot. That was, they probably sat and read the book of plot to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when the last episodes when the city basically like is in essentially civil fucking war.
Yeah.
Oh my
god. But
God.
Understandably, with the revelations you get that like dukes are going on, what was basically the proxies has been brought back, but it's not exactly excited about humans either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got so much shit happening all at once, and then just crazy people who are just fucking around.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, Studio Gedeon, rest in power. You were awesome. You were awesome. I was so sad when you guys told me that Gedeon closed its doors, and I'm just all like, damn it. That was like Sunrise's like go-to for before they just now Sunrise is just all Gundam focused, I guess.
For the most part, I've seen. I don't think I've seen anything else jumping out lately.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, Gundam's bread and butter for them, and I'm just like, God damn it.
Well, I mean, yeah. After you go past the 25th anniversary, yeah, they're staying locked on. They're not.
Found it. They found their moneymaker, and it's like, why change anything? We can just change up characters, change up the Gundam, put some of the old type of Gundams in there all the time. Plus, they're trying to sell toys. That's the thing, is because they have a toy line on the line. It's just like how Pokemon was always pushing their games and originally their Pokemon cards.
Speaking of Pokemon, like, oh my god, like, I know one of the kids, and I was all like, they're like, I want to go to Nintendo World, but why isn't there any Pokemon? I want Pokemon. I'm just all like, oh kid, you don't know why there's never gonna be a Pokemon in Super Nintendo World. One of my colleagues, she's all like, why is that never gonna be a thing? I thought, well, I mean, like, they own Pokemon. I'm like, here's the thing. Nintendo and Game Freak jointly own the Pokemon company. While the Pokemon IP belongs to Nintendo, any sale that happens of Pokemon via cards, even watching the anime, Game Freak is getting a piece of that royalties, some royalties. You really think that Game Freak is Nintendo's gonna give up any of that Super Nintendo World money? There's got to be a huge fan backlash, and even then, how many times have people backlashed at Nintendo, and Nintendo was like, "Shut up, bitch! You're gonna take what you're gonna take what we give you," and we just sit down and take it. We just sit down and take it. And I mean, hell, you guys today literally heard me say, like, oh my god, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Are you gonna watch it, Doug? Yes. We gotta sit back and take it.
They're just beating on that nostalgia drum. It's like, we got these suckers for life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they know.
Yeah,
It's only this new generation that can be like, what is that?
I literally just
anybody that's existed, you're like, oh god, you have all my childhoods. Fuck you.
I literally just wanted to switch today and pre-order the Mega Man Battle Network re-release that's coming out in April.
Oh, dear God.
I already told you I'm screwed regardless, because at some point...
Years. I've been asking this for like 10 years for them to put a more Mega Man Battle Network like on the Switch or the DS more than the crap they came for. It's like the original 1 through 6.
Yeah.
I'm tired of using GBA emulators.
So,
yeah, unfortunately, they're holding all my Shin Megami Tensei hostage, so I have to deal with them whether I like it or not.
yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm just all like, you bastards. I mean,
I was so mad when I found out back in like 3DS days when it was like, I thought they just stopped making Shin Megami Tensei, and it's like, oh no, Nintendo's had it this whole time. They've just not said shit. And you're like, fuck you. I was just so mad. I was just like, what the fuck? And now I gotta go get a whole nother system just to access the shit because I can't even pirate it because it's more work to pirate it than just to buy the fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's like Toei Animation. It's like Toei Animation. You're just all like, what are you gonna do? Go somewhere else? Who the hell do you think has some of your favorites? Dragon Ball, fucking One Piece, anything shonen related. Go ahead, go. Try to find someone else.
I'll go on YouTube and watch it in fucking German.
I'll
watch it, damn it.
Like, I'm pissed off that One Piece went on a 2-week hiatus. Like, how dare you? You're so close to Gear 5. Stop it.
Oh, please. How do you think I feel right now about Attack on Titan? Do not get out of here. Oh, Doug, we don't care about you. I mean, I get it, but come on.
We don't care about you because
I understand.
Your shit's gonna end. We still got so much left for One Piece. They got so much left. They can't be taking hiatus when they're only giving us 1 episode a week, man.
Oh my goodness! Like, is One Piece even like how close to done is One Piece? Out of curiosity,
they're in the final arc. Well, they're in the second to the last arc. It's supposed to be the Egg Island arc, and then the last one's going to be the last final arc.
They're in that Boruto phase.
Yeah, so
we're ending.
So they're about at this pace, and depending how big the arcs are, they're about like 3 to 5 years.
Oh Jesus, no!
For anime being done.
Nope.
Yeah, because look at this Wano arc. This Wano arc alone took over like 2 years to do, and if they make the next one like the same, like 2, and then the final one's probably gonna be like 3, probably like 5 years.
Oh, good lord!
Like the arcs are long. It's not like even in written form, they're not quick blow-throughs of adventures.
Yeah, because you got so many different pirates. You got timid people. You got them doing power-ups, them doing their own fights. And you got the background, because there's so many questions to answer about who's Ima Sensei, I'm Sensei, and the world government, and the chaotic century, which you're all going to learn. And there's still a lot to be out there, so they can milk this for a bit.
Oh, God.
The only issue that I have is all their fucking holidays that they just take off and put fillers in there. Like New Year's. Fuck New Year's.
I start your New Year with my book.
Jesus. Like
every New Year's, they do some dumbass recap, some dumb shit. And then you have the Golden Week where you're not going to get shit in July.
Well, of course.
Wow, good lord. And here I thought, like...
It's Golden Week. You weren't going to win on that no matter what. Like... Yeah. Most video games prepare DLCs and stuff because they're like, yeah, people ain't gonna do shit. Release the games. Release.
Exactly.
Well, Jesus Christ! I honestly thought, like, did One Piece even have any filler?
They had some filler episodes, but like lately they're not really doing that much. But they kind of do it when the movies come out. Like they had fillers when the Red movie came out. They did a filler for like 2 or 3 episodes. to set up the movie. So they always do that when they want to set up a movie or something. They'll have fillers.
Well, at least it's not.
Usually they don't have as much fillers because most of the relevant thing that's needed is usually already right there at the end of the arc. Like if they're chasing someone, even if the arc doesn't end with them with that person, they know where that person is before that arc's over, so they immediately go there instead of the we're foddering around on the boat cause thing.
Yeah, and even though One Piece fillers at least make more sense than Naruto fillers.
Oh, God,
Like, you get a lot of One Piece fillers, you get to see some wacky devil fruit or something.
Well,
Like,
it's because Naruto filler is going back to Naruto being slightly whinier depending on how far back we're going.
Yeah, but then it always ends up with some talk no jutsu.
Talk no jutsu. On that note, though, thank you everybody for joining us on this extra dose of Slab Loungy goodness. Don't forget to